Hey super awesome stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I would like to share today how I created this angled card. Opens like this, and it will sit on your desk like that. So I was inspired by the sample that is in our catalog on page 137, right here. They used some designer series paper and some craft cardstock. I decided to use our Color Me Autumn designer series paper on page 41 of the holiday catalog to inspire my color choices and my theme. So let's get started. First, I want to show you how I created the two-tone leaves and the twine. So I'm going to take the fat tip end of my marker, and I'll just brush it on my stamp. And I'm not going to do the whole thing because that will just take too long in the video, but you'll get the idea. And then I took the Sahara sand and brushed it along the bow. And then when I was all done, you want to blow on it just like a yoga huff, and then stamp it into your Very Vanilla. And this is what you will get after you fussy cut around it. Just use your paper snips and cut around it. So I added some dimensionals on the back of that. A big one at the top where the bunch is, and then a little one of those thinner ones at the bottom. So we'll set that aside. That's ready for the card. The next thing that I did was I cut one of these leaves out of the Autumn Accents Bigs die. Right here, it's that one. Used the Big Shot, and then I adorned it with one of our Regal's buttons. In the buttons collection there are 3 different sizes, so I used the middle size. And linen thread goes to those holes pretty easily. Those holes are pretty big. Alright, this right here is 3 inches of our Chevron Natural trim ribbon, and then I just pulled the edges. I cut it at like an angle and pulled the edges for a little organic look. I stamped For All Things. There is a leaf. I stamped that in crushed curry already, and right there. So I'm going to assemble what I have so far, and then I'm going to move on to how I cut those angles. So we're going to put that leaf right there. Let's move that away out of the way. Oh, grab the linen thread with me. Oh, and I need to advance that a little bit with my hand. If you don't do the check mark, it doesn't advance. And then you have to hand advance it like I did. And I like that that purple color facing up. Next thing would be to attach our Chevron Rustic trim. Put our little bunch of leaves over that. And then the last thing on the card would be to attach some of our gold baker's twine, and I used 13 inches, and I wrapped it around that back panel, and then I just did a loose double knot. No bows. So there's that card. Now we're going to go back up a little bit, and I'm going to show you how I made all those folds. So first thing is to make a template. So I usually make templates using our white backer sheets that come on our designer series paper packs. That way I don't use up my template on a card and give it away. So I start with an 8.5 by 11 piece of that white backer sheet, and then I mark at 3 inches. So mark at 3 inches, 1, 2, 3, with a pencil, not with a pen. I just did mine with a pen so you could see it. And then mark 1, 2, 3 at 3 inches. And then what you want to do is line up those marks. And yes, I am going at an angle on the video so you can get it all in. Line up those marks with where your scoring blade will cut the paper. And press down. And then you will get 2 equal sheets of paper out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. So here's the crushed curry I had cut. Alright, so you can see that. So I'm going to move that out of the way. The next step is to do a little bit of scoring. So run the flat edge of the 11-inch side into the top of your scoring tool. Score it at 4 inches. Score it at 7 3/4 inches. Okay. And then here's my sample again. So I want my score to go in this way and my score to come back that way. And then just bone fold it. And that's it. You've got this fun angled card, no waste, from your 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock because you cut it exactly in half, but it's just at an angle this time. So since we got snow last night, it's not appropriate for me to make these cards anymore. Should be moving on to that snow thing. But I had a few of these left over from a hostess workshop that I wanted to make up. So enjoy, and if you place an order the next few days, maybe you'll receive one of these in your mailbox as a thank you from me. Thanks for watching. This is Super Awesome Shirley. Bye.